Hey everyone, welcome to Amy Ulmer Yoga. I have a gentle back bending flow for you today, so grab some blocks and I'll meet you on your mat. We will start in child's pose. So bring your knees can be together or a little wide. The big toes touch. You shift your hips back towards your heels and let your forehead come down to either the mat or a block. You stretch your arms out long in front, but keep them relaxed. And just take a moment to settle in. Feel the breath expand into the back body as you inhale. Give yourself time to empty out completely as you exhale. Soften the muscles in the face. Feel the connection of your body with the mat. Take one more full cycle of breath. And then you're going to gently come up and gently transition to kind of a lazy up dog, if that's okay with your back. So with the thighs down and the shoulders back and down, you come up to up dog, or you come all the way down and do low cobra, coming up just as high as feels okay on your back. And then as you exhale, you're going to press yourself back to child's pose and around back. So as you inhale, you'll gently start to come forward, crawl your hands forward and come into either that lazy up dog or all the way down to more of a low cobra. And as you exhale, you press back to child's pose, bringing the big toes together to touch, shifting hips back towards heels. Just moving with your own breath, you inhale and you come forward. Make sure the wrists are under the shoulders or a little out in front so you don't crunch your back. And then as you exhale, round back to child's pose. And we'll do that 2 more times. As you inhale, come forward, either lower all the way down or take that up dog. Make sure your shoulders aren't rounded forward. And then exhale, child's pose. One more up dog or cobra as you inhale. And this time as you exhale, you'll come to tabletop. And you're just going to come up to a high kneeling position and step your left foot forward. So you may want your blocks handy. Grab your blocks, step your left foot forward into a lunge. If you need to, you can pad up your back knee by either kind of hot dog folding the mat or having a blanket under the back knee. So start to crawl your left hand over to the left or take it to your block and reach your right arm up and over. Gaze up. Feel that stretch along your right side. And then come back up, cactus your arms, and then interlace your fingers behind you. Roll the shoulders open. You can let your hips shift forward, lift the chest. Then release. Your right hand comes down to either a block or the mat under your right shoulder. Reach your left arm up, firm your left thigh in, press through the feet. And then exhale the left hand down. Either your hands frame your front foot on blocks or they're on the mat. You shift your hips back and you flex your left foot, toes towards your nose, fold over your left leg any amount, keeping a long spine, reaching the heart forward. And then shift forward. You're just going to drag your left foot back and plant your hands a little forward of your shoulders, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back to down dog just for a moment. And then lower the knees again. We'll step your right foot forward, coming into a lunge. You'll grab the block, take either the block or your right hand down to the mat if it reaches, or the floor, because you're going to crawl it a little bit over to the right, and then reach your left arm up and over, gaze up, side bending, feeling that stretch in the left side, and then coming back up. This time draw your hips back a little bit, interlace fingers the other way, the way that feels weird. Roll the shoulders open, and then you can let the hips drop, the chest lift. Firm your inner thighs in, press through the feet. Good. Then the left hand comes down either to a block or the mat under left shoulder, and you reach your right arm up. Exhale the right hand down, shift your hips back, fold over your right leg. You might want blocks framing your right shin. Keep a long spine, toes towards your nose, fold in any amount. Good, and then just gently drag that foot back. You can come into down dog real quick. And then lower the knees and come into a high kneeling position. So we're setting up for camel. Keep your blocks handy. Take your hands to your hip points. Narrow and lift your hip points. And then keep that as you really lift your sternum up, up, up. Take your hands to your low back. Your elbows move towards each other. Keep that lift. Shift the hips slightly forward. And then gently come back up. We'll sit back on your heels for a moment. Close your eyes and just feel the effects of that pose. Good, and then gently come back up. We'll do that again. This time if you want to take your blocks with you, you'll set them to the outsides of your ankles. So first, narrow and lift your hip points and keep that as you feel like you're going up and over something behind you. Maybe your hands are at your low back, or maybe you set the blocks down and roll your shoulders open. Shift your hips slightly forward. Really lift your sternum. Feel that light and energy enter the heart space, the seat of unconditional love. And then gently come back up. And we'll take child's pose this time. You can bring your forehead to a block or the mat. Just let it ground you. Good, and then gently come back up. We'll come onto your back. Hug the knees into the chest. Take happy baby, reaching for the outer edges of the feet, or you can grab your thighs or shins. Just flex the feet like you're going to stamp the ceiling, maybe rock a little bit if that feels good. Good, and then release. Bring your feet to the edges of the mat. Let the feet flop open, the arms flop open with the palms up. Just take a moment here in Shavasana, a moment to let everything go, let your mind go. Let go of your arms and your legs. Soften the muscles of the face. Take your attention to your heart center. Feel a warm, healing energy there. Feel it move through your entire body. Moving from the heart center out through the arms, down the belly, pelvis, the thighs, shins, the feet. Let your next inhale be a little deeper. Start to wiggle fingers and toes. Circle wrists and ankles. Gently roll off to one, or bend your knees, gently roll off to one side. Slowly press yourself up. Namaste.